Live from Petco Park on a beautiful night, this is Major League Baseball on MLB Network. The opener of the final series of the year between the LA Dodgers and the San Diego Padres. Two great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. Jared Kozart, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he could be really tough to hit.
Heading for the box, there you see the young star Yasiel Puig as we are ready for baseball.
The right fielder, number 66, Yasiel Puig.
First of 3 here on a Friday night as the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Harold, this Padres team, as they take the field here tonight, they've got to be considered the hottest team in baseball right now as they come in winners of 9 of their last 10 ball games.
Well, Matt, and another thing, I mean, this is a really good team. We know that, right? I mean, they've already clinched the division. The question will be, how do you rest guys down the stretch to get ready for the playoffs? And that, to me, is more challenging maybe than the rest of the season on the calendar.
A chance now for the Los Angeles Dodgers starting lineup. Danny, who stands out to you?
Yeah, Matty, you've got to keep an eye on Yasiel Puig. He was the catalyst for this ball club last month. He had an on-base percentage of over 400. And when you're doing that, you're really helping your team.
Called strike 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And struck him out.
Well, we're all hearing his name in the Cy Young Award discussion at this point in the season. It's pretty hard to argue against it when you watch him dominate a guy on 3 pitches and send him packing without much problem.
Here's Corey Seager. He enters play at number 6 in National League batting average. Now the pitch. And he lays off there, 1-0.
I'm looking forward to this at bat right here, Matt. 2 outs, bases empty, and you got the power guy at the plate. He's going to let it fly. He must. I guarantee you he will.
Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole.
Oof, that was a good pitch to hit. He wants that one back. He was just a little bit late on it.
Another one sent foul. Top of the first just underway at Petco Park. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Another 1-2 delivery. Curveball locks him up, strike 3, and that's the 3rd out. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. Dodgers held scoreless early. Padres coming. Ross Stripling gets the call for game 1 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Turner is there. 1 pitch, 1 out. Digging in at the plate is Travis Jankowski. On the year, he's hitting at exactly a .310 clip. First pitch of the at-bat. That's lifted the other way out to left. Buss sprinting after it. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
Batting third.
Striding into the box, Alex Murillo. He's a guy hoping to finish strong in the season's final month. Definitely in the discussion for Rookie of the Year honors. Grounded back up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. So Will Myers will get a chance to bat this inning following the base hit.
So the first 2 batters of the inning go out, and then the 3-hitter gets a base hit here, bringing up the middle of the order. This guy's got power. It could be 2-0 before you blink.
Here's Will Myers. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Gone! Two-run home run off the bat of Will Myers. Home run number 65 for him here, and the Padres have taken a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it's a long season with a lot of peaks and valleys, but he's getting hot here in September. That bodes well for him and his team as things crank up in October. We'll see if he can stay hot when it matters the most.
Into the box now, Yonhervis Solarte. He comes in today leading the National League in hitting this year. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And he's in at second base with a first-inning double.
One team's dream inning is another team's nightmare, right? That's their third hit of this opening inning. This one a double. That's got to have the pitcher pretty upset out there, and the manager wondering how long he's going to go in this one.
First pitch of the at-bat. Hit back up the middle. Throw on to the first baseman. Gonzalez will take care of him, and the inning is over. I have to imagine there's a full moon tonight, judging by this bunch. More. First delivery to him on the way. There's a breaking ball over the outer half. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
Well, McDonald's strike zone is pretty ordinary, pretty basic. Now, sometimes it's tough to figure out, and that's when you get frustrated with it. There's not a whole lot of flash, but you just want to be consistent, pick one side or the other. That's where guys get frustrated. That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He was fortunate he just fouled it off.
Now another 0-2. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out. Here's Adrian now. Previous history with Jared Kozart. He's got 5 base hits in 19 tries. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Jankowski looks up. And it's gone.
Well, they were smart not to challenge him with a fastball, but it didn't matter. He's their big dog for a reason, so he waited, stayed back, and absolutely exploded through the zone on that one.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. And she'll take a changeup here for strike 1. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250. 14 homers, and he's driven in 45. Swing and a little tapper. That goes foul. 2 strikes on him now. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball 1.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. Now at the plate, Logan Forsythe. The average for him entering play sits down in the 250s. A breaking ball taken at the knees for strike 1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Oh, he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
He's falling behind right now after that swing right there. Now he's 0-2. And 0-2, choke up a little bit and try to put the ball in play. You just got to be in battle mode right now.
Squared that one up just a little late. 2 out, nobody on. And another foul ball. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Another 0-2 coming. Hit the other way out toward right field. Jankowski on his horse. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. A sight these fans have seen before. Look who's. So coming to the plate, Austin Hedges. Hitting a little over 250 coming into action in this one.
Austin Hedges.
Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Harold, you look at this Dodgers team as they enter play here tonight. Well, they've been playing some pretty good baseball. 5-2 over their last 7.
Yeah, Matt, this is a pretty good ball club. I mean, they're ready for the playoffs. They've got themselves in a great spot, and now it's just stay healthy. You want to figure out playing time where you can rest guys. It's a tough dynamic. Do you rest them or do you play them all the way through? But the good thing is they get ready for the playoffs.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
All right, time for the majestic defensive alignment for the Dodgers. In this day and age, when teams are moving all over the place playing the shift, these guys are old school, very traditional. You don't see the shift applied very often to this club.
He's set, and the pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw on to Gonzalez, and that's out number 2. Coming to the plate now, Jared Kozart. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
I don't know what was going on with him in the first inning. He had a bad first inning. This looks like a totally different pitcher here in the second. Really starting to settle in, really starting to throw strikes.
And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. A swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over. 3. Stepping in, Nick Buss. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the third. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a good curveball at the knees.
That's pretty good break right there, breaking all the way across the zone. Now, it's a little dangerous. He gets to see that ball a long time. But, man, that's a nasty snapdragon hook right there.
Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning. Now at the plate, Ross Stripling, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. And a strike called at the knees. 0-1. 0-1 count. Here it comes. And here's a sinker that causes him to back away, as that just about got him.
Hey, that's a classic piece of pitching right there. You have to back hitters away from the plate to make them a little bit uncomfortable. Now you can go inside or outside. I like that purpose pitch.
Well, that is a good pitch. A sinker down with that kind of movement, it is really hard to hit. No wonder he swung and missed.
And a swing and a miss, and another punch out here. 6 already, and that's out number 2. Digging in to try it again, Yasiel Puig. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Takes a curveball right on the corner. Foul back. Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Carlos Asuaje. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Here's the first pitch to him. This is on the ground over to first. Gonzalez is up with it, and he'll flip it to the pitcher covering for the out. So with 1 away now, let's quickly give you a look at the standings in the National League West entering play today, as you see where these two teams sit in relation to one another. Ready for another chance? Travis Jankowski. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Swinging a soft liner. Oh, look at that stop.
Center fielder, number 3, Alex.
So striding forward now, Alex Murillo. First pitch on its way. That's it to short. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 7 in a row he's set down now as the side is retired. Here's Jock Peterson now. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did it get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And I believe he broke the plane of the plate there. He most certainly did. It's a ball and a strike. Now here's the pitch. And he'll take a look at a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
Jankowski is there, and he'll bring this one in. Riding in once again, Corey Seager. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ripped down the first base line. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball. Around first, he's digging for second. And he'll pull into second with 1 away.
And this is just a cut fastball. He's trying to sneak in the back door. He's unable to get it done. Leaves it right over the heart of the plate. And that's just too easy for a guy like this. He's licking his chops as the ball arrives. And he drills it to the outfield for an extra base hit.
Grounded to short. Rondon over to his left. Throw on to first. 2 gone. So stepping in, Adrian Gonzalez, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
Matt, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
And he struck him out. His 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Dodgers leave one. They still trail it here 2-1.
Leading off the 4th inning, first baseman, Will Myers.
He's set. Here it comes. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
I like the fact that they're swinging early in the count. And they're really aggressive right now early in this game. But there will come a time you got to be patient. If you're swinging the strikes, that's one thing. But make him work a little bit.
A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. A quick out number 1.
Up next for the Padres.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Yonhervis Solarte. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. First pitch coming. Here it is. On the ground up the middle. Seager ranging up the middle. Throw to first will get him. Already 2 away here in the home 4th.
Now batting.
Showed off some great range on that ball up the middle, as Show Track demonstrates for us. It was a good job just to get to that one, but to complete the play, he had to make a strong throw to first. Terrific athleticism on display there. In now, Hunter Renfroe. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Ready with the 0-1. And boy, was he ever fooled on that pitch. It's 0-2 now.
Well, you find yourself down 0-2, and the last swing you take is a bad swing. It doesn't give you a lot of confidence as a hitter, that's for sure.
And this is popped foul off to the right and back into the seats. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Now a foul tip held onto behind the plate. Nice work there to get the punch out, and the inning is over. Digging in for his second at-bat, Yasmani Grandal. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Renfroe moves over, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Up next for the Dodgers.
At the plate, Logan Forsythe comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
I'll tell you what, right there, Matt, that's a sign of a guy that was sitting on an off-speed pitch. He threw that fastball right by him.
Hit weakly back to the mound. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting.
Coming to the plate now, Nick Buss. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he takes ball 1.
I really like how he's getting ahead early in the count. He's pitching aggressively, and what that does, it holds the pitch count down.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And this is heading for the seats and out of play to the left. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
He's just fouling them off till he gets something he wants to hit.
And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line.
This has turned into quite an at-bat. That's 5 foul balls. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going.
That's the 6th ball he's fouled off in a row. You just keep fighting until he gives you something to hit.
Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And Myers will make the catch to retire the side. Stepping into the box, Austin Hedges. He'll lead things off as we begin the home 5th.
Austin Hedges.
Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
Well, that'll wake everyone up. Anytime you buzz the tower like that, there's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
Lays out, but he can't make the play, and it's through into right.
Well, he had a nice streak right there. 10 hitters he'd retired in a row. That base hit breaks that streak. Let's see how he does out of the stretch, and let's see if the offense puts any pressure on him.
First pitch on its way. Hard hit toward the hole, and just past his outstretched glove into left, a base hit.
Great recognition. He's looking for a ball up. The breaking ball hung, and he stayed with it. When they're up high, let it fly. When they start out low, you got to let it go.
Into the box now, Jared Kozart. Hit down the line at first. The second for one. On to first, so they let the pitcher swing away here, and it turns into a double play. Ready once again, Carlos Asuaje. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Bus racing back. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. 12 home runs for him now thus far, and the Padres have made it a 4-1 game.
You might have thought he was going to fool him with a first pitch bender, but he was wrong. He was sitting on that curve and absolutely hammered it way out of here.
Right fielder number 16, Travis Jankowski.
Digging in at the plate is Travis Jankowski. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. 0 for 2 for him to this point. I'm set with the 0-1. Good. 0-2 now.
Not much to say about that swing other than it should have never happened.
Oh, 2 count. Here's the pitch. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Again, he sends it out of play. The next 0-2. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. 4 runs, 6 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Padres. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here.
Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
Right at the third baseman, and that'll end the inning. The Padres get it. Andrew Toles will grab a bat and lead things off here in the top of the 6th.
Andrew Toles.
Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. It's ball 1. That batting average hovering in the high 230s. 8 home runs and 38 runs batted in. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on first himself for the out. And now is Yasiel Puig. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Well, they're still in this game. You know, if they can get somebody on, a broken bat, a blooper, a bunt, and then go for the big ball, they can get something going. But they've got to start with getting somebody on base. This offense needs a base runner and get things happening.
And that'll get down for a base hit.
Now batting, center fielder, Jock Peterson.
Here's Jock Peterson now. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. 0-1 count. Here it comes. And this is fouled back and out of play. 6th inning. 4-1 is our score. Hit hard but foul to the left, and they'll try it again. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far. Here's Corey Seager, 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Far too late as he steals second with ease. He's set. Here's the 0-1. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Renfroe on the move. And it's gone onto the lower basket of the Western Metal Building. So a 2-run homer down the line in left. Number 35 now on the season as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
As a pitcher, you just have to shake your head at this one. It was a decent pitch, but this guy's just so dang strong, and he's able to muscle it to the opposite field and get it out of here. Almost isn't fair to us mere mortals.
2 out, nobody on. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. And this is fouled at the plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Smoke on the ground up the middle. And there's his first base hit in this one. So Adrian Gonzalez will get a chance to bat here following the 2-out base hit.
That's a nice controlled 2-strike approach. You cut your swing down, and all you want to do is see the ball and hit it.
Here's Adrian now. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. He's 1 for 2 in this one. 0-1 pitch on its way. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. With the first baseman holding the runner on, it's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. But the Dodgers do strike for 2 coming on this 2-run home run. Through 5.5, it's the Padres 4 and the Dodgers. Brandon McCarthy enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th. Some action in the Dodger bullpen now as it appears they have both a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. A swinging bunt to the mound. 1 away. Will Myers will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. A swing and a high drive to right center field. And this one is gone. A home run. A solo shot here off the bat of Will Myers. His second home run of the game, and it's now 5-3.
I can tell you one thing. You might get away with throwing the ball in that location in the minor leagues, but when you get one up like that in the zone right over the plate against these guys, you're going to get exactly what he got, a really bad result.
Stepping in now, Yonhervis Solarte. Line toward the alley in left center. And the Friars won't let up as this ought to be good for extra bases. And he'll reach second now with 1 away. But baseball is a game of streaks and runs, and he is on one right now.
No question, he's swinging the bat very well of late. And when that's the case, he can't wait to get in the batter's box. Definitely the case in this game. That's his second base knock. This one for extra bases.
That's now 2 hits so far for him in this one. Into the box, Hunter Renfroe. Diving try, but it's through into the outfield. And the runner from second will stay put at third, so they're runners at the corners now with one away.
Well, that base hit right there extends the streak to 10 games. When you start getting hits over 10 games, you've been pretty consistent over the last 2 series you've been playing. Really good ball right now.
First pitch of the at-bat. Good bite to the sinker there as it's chopped foul at home plate. And he lays off for ball 1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. On the ground to short. This could be 2. Forsythe out. Over to Gonzalez, and they get the double play they needed to get him out of the inning. The Padres get 1 in the inning, and it comes on this. Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one.
Number 9.
And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike 1.
Well, that'll get your head shaken at the plate. That's a pitch he hasn't used much in this game. Now he throws that for a strike, and you add that to the rest of his repertoire. Man, it's tough to cover them all.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ballgame. Ready for another chance? Logan Forsythe. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Swing and a line drive, but a foul ball.
That's a ball.
1-1.
You know he wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2. Didn't get it though, so now you have to make another quality pitch on 1-1.
And a half swing here, but he pretty clearly went around, and it's 1-2 now. Now the pitch. And he's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ballgame. Ready for another shot now. Nick Buss. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
The discipline has just been completely absent from this offense. Seems like they're always finding themselves behind the count, and a big reason why is they're swinging at all kinds of stuff that's not even in the strike zone.
Padres are going to get something going out in the bullpen now as a left-hander has stood up to throw. Swing and a ball sliced foul into the seats down the left field line.
And when a guy starts leaving the curveball up, that's a sign he's beginning to tire a little bit out there. He's got to be able to get on top of that pitch or he's going to start getting hurt.
Sliced down the left side, but foul.
Whoa, he tried to get a little cute right there. A little 2-strike changeup. He thought he might get a swing and miss, but man, he left that in the zone. He's fortunate that ball didn't leave the park.
Line towards center field. But this will not get down quickly enough as it's pulled in out there in center, and that ends the inning. Dodgers down in order. Here now is Jose Rondon. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7. Little chopper back to the mound. And a good throw gets him 1 gone.
Now batting, pitcher, Jared Cosart.
Raymond Westbrook will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 22, Raymond Westbrook.
And this is going to be a foul ball. 1 out, nobody on. This is popped up. Gonzalez posts under it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now batting,
Carlos Asuaje will stand in again as we flash you back to the middle innings here. This was a big blow, a 2-run home run that really got his guys going. Very weakly on the ground, but it's foul, strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. But this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that's in there. So perhaps some life here with 2 men out. So a nice job there to fight off an 0-2 pitch and keep the inning alive for at least one more batter.
The batter, right fielder.
Ready once again, Travis Jankowski. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Here comes the first pitch. Line drive to left. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. Scott Van Slyke is going to be asked to get things going here as a lead off the top of the 8th. Christian Friedrich been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Christian Friedrich.
Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Right over the middle, knee high. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. And he takes a pitch right down the middle.
Talk about challenging a guy. He offered up 2 in a row right down the chute, and the batter didn't even flinch. Gotta wonder what he was looking for.
A little low. It's 2-2. Smoke on the ground left side. And it's through for a base hit. They'll have the leadoff man aboard to start the inning. So the Dodgers get their leadoff hitter on base to kick off the inning. Digging in and looking for more, Yasiel Puig. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. But gloved by the third baseman for the out. 8th inning here from Petco Park. The Friars out on top in front of their home crowd as you get a look there at the line score to this point in the contest. Jock Peterson comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. 0-1. Here it comes. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but you know what? He looked at the first 2 pitches, but they were different pitches, both down. Good pitchers, pitches. Sometimes you got to tip your cap.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Jock Peterson goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Here's Corey Seager. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings. He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at-bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need the run.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. Adam Liberatore is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Digging in to try it again, Alex Murillo. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. Shot back up the middle. Peterson patrolling center makes the play. 1 out.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
And now some action in that Dodger bullpen as a left-hander has begun to get loose. And now the second pitch of the inning is in the air to right. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, third baseman.
Riding in once again, Yonhervis Solarte. He's roped a couple of doubles in 3 trips to this point. First delivery to him on the way. Hit well on the ground to first. And Gonzalez will take it over himself, and that'll do it. Padres down in order as they hang on to their 5-3 lead. Now at the plate, Justin Turner will be charged with trying to get on board leading off the 9th. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. Takes this the other way to right. Jankowski is there. 1 quick out to start inning number 9. Digging in once again, Adrian Gonzalez. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball 1. And a Looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Gets a good piece of it there, but this is foul off toward the third base coaching box. Got him! And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time.
It's been a rough game for him at the plate. Couldn't get the bat off his shoulder right there, and he struck out twice before that one. So he's going to have a lot to think about when he leaves the ballpark tonight.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. Down the third baseline. Scooped up on the backhand. On to first, and that's the ball game.
Hey, listen, you don't always want your closer to have to go 2 innings on a regular basis, but in this game, it was necessary for this one, and he had just enough to get the job done.
And this evening's contest comes to a close. 5-3 the final. The Padres win for a division best 113th time. Jarred Kozar records win number 16 on the season, striking out 12 in the process. Christian Friedrich works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his 2nd. So that's a wrap here tonight. From my partners in the booth, Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network. Good night, everybody.
The final line score of our ball game tonight for the victorious San Diego Padres. 5 runs